Greetings, friends of the light. I awoke this morning with a steady flow of gratitude for another download of guidance on my path that I will share now. You do not know true strength until you can withstand the power of aloneness and scrutiny of the highest silence, basking in pure present moment. Religion is an obstacle to full realization. It is a trap of intellectual complexity, tribal thinking, false community. No great teacher came to establish a religion. That is the misguided attempt of diseased minds of mankind that distorted the pure word of truth. Every great teacher came to break the chains of established religion so that true seekers could have an avenue to again awaken. So few ever find their way through the minefield, however. Traps are everywhere. The inclination to want to belong to a tribe of any kind is such a strong impulse. The inclination to follow the false safety of the herd is a tendency of the weak of will. Yet almost every decision an individual makes in life is guided by one of these avenues of continuous delusion. The act of participating in a religious group causes several unfortunate situations to occur for an individual that may be originally a true seeker. One is that all religions have a mechanism of indoctrination, a subtle form of compliance to some established form of thought and behavior, which in turn set up a conflict between all other things outside the approved method. Two is that religion has a strong tendency to supplant actual, tangible realization with a complex collection of stories and traditions that have very little practical application or ability to lead one into the deepest silence where actual revelation occurs. 3, religions tend to strengthen the error of intellectual thought over practical application of the science of being, the collection of more and more mental knowledge of persons, places, teachings, practices, rites, sayings, and behaviors can be a tremendous burden and obstacle to one's ability to purify their thoughts and feelings sufficiently to be allowed entrance into the inner temple of the Most High. God has no need of ceremony. Ceremony is a temporary tool to cultivate sincerity in students. True purification to become worthy of actual realization requires releasing almost all human accumulation of thought, feeling, and spoken word. Entering into a state of stunning quietude, silencing all feeling, releasing all ideas, and grasping of thought is the one sure way of consciously touching one's source and fountain of all understanding. There is no worldly attainment greater than reestablishing this connection. The experience of rebirth one will have when finally reaching the absolute power of the singular space of time known as the present moment will forever reveal the majesty of potential that is ours. It will anchor one so strongly to their truth that nothing in the human experience world will ever be able to assail it. The magnitude of the peace that arises from touching one's reality consciously, even once, is permanent. This peace can only manifest when all seeming outer world conflict is seen for the air that it is, and the memory energy requalified within oneself. Afflicted and undisciplined minds of humanity are always grasping at conflict by long-standing habit, societal and cultural pressures, and just plain ignorance. The daily battle of those who desire health, yet constantly consider disease. Those who desire supply, yet constantly consider lack. Those who want peace, yet see only differences in people. Those who want to live a righteous life, yet indoctrinate themselves in falseness. Those who desire truth, yet find unending distraction in social media. This daily battle perpetuates the disease. Traps abound, yet the path is there for the honest and sincere to discover. The path reveals itself unerringly to those who cultivate the requisite integrity. This is an honesty to oneself to be strong enough to look at our own faults as proper introspection, reveals them, and then apply the medicine that cures the ailment. The medicine is always taught to the sincere, sometimes outwardly, sometimes from within. Life never reveals an error without a remedy also being provided. But the student must apply the ointment themselves, liberally. No one can do this for another. Challenges in our lives are important guides. Anxiety, depression, excitement, and the myriad human feelings of our experience life are all guides showing us our weak spots. We should take the necessary time to address these things as they surface, to utilize them in the proper way. Doing so will allow the highest divine understanding of cause and effect to become integrated into one's consciousness. As this is incorporated and utilized, a student will unerringly conquer these adulterations and put them into a continuous roller coaster of highs and lows. Peace of being where one is always centered and anchored to truth arises from maintaining a constant middle way, neither excited nor depressed. The path is constant, tempered happiness of sorts. The happiness is just a byproduct of feeling one's unbreakable current of being manifesting in the moment. Happiness cannot be sought after. It is what happens when we remove self-imposed errors. Continuous supply of daily physical needs without effort is also a byproduct of error remediation. This does not mean that the trials of physical existence in this classroom cease altogether. Only that the student becomes ever increasingly fortified with divine conduct that allows for the highest reckoning and settlement of karma to occur. What do we sow? We reap. If we sow only the highest seed we can, We reap the best harvest we can when seemingly insurmountable obstacles face us. The obstacles that come test our resolve, reveal our cracks, and lead us higher and higher. Fear no challenge. Once on the path, all challenge is your friend. It will trigger greater knowledge downloads within to occur, which keep leading us onward to eventual graduation. The idea there is just a nothingness that one joins upon death or potential graduation is absurd and has been so wrongly translated and understood. The emptiness or nothingness which Eastern religions have communicated has been misunderstood as a description of the profound silence of all mind and feeling that is a prerequisite to tapping into one's eternal inheritance of stupendous creative potential. I feel most of the communications from original Buddhist doctrine and others were just focused on getting disciples to reach the silence and not distracting them with the absolute magnificence of what they are. That can be overwhelming for some, so deep in struggle to comprehend, and therefore create another frequency of obstruction or rejection. Yet as we are still subject to this physical experience and the passing of time, humanity as a whole is blessed with the hard work of the brethren that came before us, showing the way. Doing planetary level house cleaning for all our benefit. We can now comprehend things as commonplace that those 2,000 years prior would have had supreme struggles with. Spirals higher. All the differences in all religions worldwide are the errors being made visible. Truth is universal. No matter the teacher, they taught a singular truth. Let that be your guide through the minefield. All great teachers revere each other. There were differences in time periods, word usage, and cultures, for sure, but the essence of the truth taught was identical and will be forever. The path to graduation is singular and available to all persons regardless of circumstances of birth and choices made in life. Everything other than that is an externalized conflict of a subjugated mind steeped in error. Thank you, friends of the light. May your day and blessings be glorious.